Trefz, Vice Chairman of the Trefz Corporation, which owns 43 McDonald's restaurants throughout Connecticut and New York. Christian, you and your brother Ernie, who also co-founded your company and is chairman of your group, recently McDonald's awarded you the Golden Arch Award, which is presented every 2 years to employees who perform exceptionally. Considering there are over 30,000 restaurants globally, this is quite an honor. So, Christian, how do you feel about this award, and why do you believe you received it?
Well, I mean, first of all, it was an incredibly wonderful surprise to have the president of the Eastern Division call us directly and notify us that my brother and I have been chosen out of 34,000 McDonald's owner-operators throughout the world to be in this incredible opportunity, which is less than 1% of 34,000 people are the ones that would be awarded this. So we were just overwhelmed. It was just an incredible, wonderful feeling to know that all of our 46 years of hard work and has been recognized. The restaurants that we built, the customer satisfaction that we built is being recognized by the corporation, and we were just totally honored.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What are some of the customer-focused strategies and processes that you've implemented throughout the years to deliver this quality service that the corporation recognized?
Well, number one, the customer is always number one, and we even have a situation if there is a customer complaint that's called into the office, and they do happen occasionally, there's whatever minor things might happen, but we have a person here pretty much full-time that just responds immediately to customer complaints, if there is one. And we do it in writing, and of course, if there is any serious product complaints, they also receive a Be My Guest card or a number of cards to make them feel as though we really appreciate their business and we want them to certainly return. But that's a very minor thing. But overall, it's making the customer feel really comfortable when they walk into our restaurants. That is the big thing. We have, in many cases, we have a host or hostess that greets, and as people walk in, they're welcomed into the dining room, and then, of course, when they approach the front counter, our employees are all trained properly to welcome a customer, welcome to McDonald's. May I have your order, please? It goes through a whole system of smiles, number one, which is, of course, the big part of it. And they go through the system of taking the customer's order, making a suggestive selling, and once the order is fulfilled, they ask the customer to come back and have a nice day. So this is sort of the whole training process that we go through with our employees. We have in-house training facilities in each restaurant, which is a very important part of developing these young people, letting them learn how to go through a complete training program. Our managers are totally supervising each of the new employees that might come in, and it's all centered on customer satisfaction. So that's kind of where it is. It's just making that customer feel extremely happy and really satisfied. And that also applies for our drive-thru customers. As they come through, they're greeted properly, welcome to McDonald's, and then they are always asked to come back and have a nice day. So this is a big part of customer satisfaction that we always put much emphasis on.
So it seems like you focus a lot on hands-on training. Would you say that that's the differentiator between your McDonald's and other McDonald's restaurants?
Well, I think a lot of McDonald's are very similar. We always think ourselves as being a step above because we've got wonderful people within our group, and we also always have that extra pride. But, you know, a lot of McDonald's throughout the country and the world also are very similar, but apparently we have always excelled, and we do it consistently, and, of course, we've been recognized for it now. So, you know, it's something special that we are honored with. So,
does this strategy also translate to high employee retention?
Absolutely. I mean, that is one of our biggest things is we have employees that, if kids go through the whole series of high school. They go to college, and then summer breaks, they come back in and they work at our restaurants. They have a certain rapport established, and it's just it's a big family environment. It's something that's very special within our group. We have a wonderful team leaders here within our organization. Maria is in charge of human resources, and she's just an incredible lady who shows tremendous recognition to all of our employees and our supervisors. And we have awards that we give to our employees. We have picnics where we bring in, sometimes 300-400 of our employees, and we have our management people primarily, and we do have a very big a report that's just going on constantly, and it's we have 37 years of experience in this area. We have some managers that are 37 years with our company, and I don't know if this is the right time to bring it up, but most of the key people within our company started off as basic crew members or employees starting in high school, as well as Jan Fields, who's president of McDonald's Corporation in Chicago, Karen King, who's president of the Eastern Division. These folks, and Don Thompson, the worldwide president. These are all starting in as employees, as crew members, starting at it, on normal wage and elevating themselves up. And the bulk of our managers today are also in that same category, and there's a tremendous pride that we have within the company. And we have, again, a couple managers in that 35, 37-year range, and they've worked their way up into a position of remuneration of between bonuses and salary. They're earning $100,000 a year today, and they started off, whatever years back at minimum wage. So it's an incredible company, tremendous advantages for growth and recognition, and we're very proud to be able to see this whole level of achievement, starting off with young people, 17 years old, and working up to a general manager's position, running a multi-million-dollar restaurant. So it gives us a lot of pride just seeing that whole thing happening. So it's part of the recognition also.
You're definitely doing something right, because I don't think many companies can boast that employee longevity that you're talking about there.
I'm sure not, and it's just part of the family environment that we try to create here. We're all called by our first name, and we walk into restaurants, and I don't know how many hundreds of employees by their first names, and that makes a big difference also. As you visit your restaurants, you'll be able to talk to your counter people, and you call their names, and they just are overwhelmed by that many times. So it's the closeness that we've created that makes such a difference also.
That's great. So Christian, you've been in the business 37 years. How has the business evolved in terms of how you and employees engage with customers today versus when you started the business in 1964?
It's a total of 46 years, but it's funny you ask that, because when we started in our business, we only employed male employees. Ray Kroc didn't think that male and female would mix well from a restaurant standpoint. It was quite a funny thing. So I think our first 3 or 4 restaurants we opened starting in '64 were only male employees, and probably until 71, 7 or 8 years after we opened, Ray Kroc made an exception, and he did a couple of testing areas that he would allow females to be part of the employees level at the restaurants. And of course, we all know the future is probably 85% of our employees today are females, and they're wonderful, and they do a great job. So the women have taken over, but it was funny how this was tested, and it proved that females are so important today to show customer satisfaction. But I think, to answer your question, it's the same kind of a feeling. Customers are the core of our success, and we have to be able to show that respect to our customers, make them feel comfortable. That there's a competitor down the street, and of course we're always, we hoped at chosen restaurant that they would come in for lunch or for dinners or evenings, whatever. And it's just a matter of making them feel as though it's the right place for them to come with their families, and they're always going to be treated properly. So customer satisfaction, I don't think, has really changed. We have more menu items, of course, but it's still the same kind of a feeling. Every customer is received with a smile, and they're greeted, and they're asked to return and have a nice day. So it's really, that started back with Ray Kroc 40, 50 some odd years ago, and it's still existing today.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Christian. It was a pleasure